Right. So, uh, before I minimize this, I just want to kind of catch you guys up. I've been making a couple of videos and I'm reviewing some of these videos, and I'm like, one, I don't like how I sound, as in, like, either I'm very exhausted and I'm mumbling because I've just been making content like super late at night, or, I'm not liking what I'm saying in those videos. And it depends on like what it is. Like some of the things that I say don't really necessarily bother me because I'm like, it's kind of truth. Obviously to me, I'm not gonna say it's the truth to everybody. Um, some videos are like super extended, long, blah 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 blah. To kind of fast forward it, I've actually taken a lot of trades, and I have not made videos and content on them. And I've kind of like went through a kind of, how do I put it, like a hibernating phase where it like I just kind of just cold turkeyed making content for a while. And it was basically because I was just exhausted, dude. I just started this job. It's doing great. I can tell that my mindset has been challenged because there's certain things that I'm trying to understand how to overcome concerning my job. But I also have been trading. So, you know, the main thing about me is I'm trying to always find a way to better myself. I'm not sitting here trying to come to other people's terms to where I just let go of what I know is best for me. I'm not trying to accept life for what it is because that's what someone to my left or to my right does. I'm trying to accept what I know is best for me, regardless if anyone likes it or not. And if I'm honest, that's how a lot of you guys should move. Because if you constantly got someone speaking those negative and rat race talks in your ear, it'll just kind of be part of your life. But to wrap it up, I've actually taken some trades, and I actually got Trade Locker right behind this app. I'm about to show you guys. I've taken, I would say, about 6 trades since I've last communicated and showed you guys. So I've caught about, actually, let's say 8, 6 losses because it was just either poor entries and I was either doing something, I was busy, and I was trying to just hurry up and get in. So I probably lost, I would say, almost, let's just say 180, 180, maybe more than that, like 200. But then I also profited like 450. So, through that whole mix of emotions, I've still taken the battle. I've still came out profitable. I still challenge myself to keep moving forward. Because, dude, you think it's easy when you went from being at home all day, looking at the markets, creating your bias, having time to make your bias, getting in the market, having confidence, and then moving forward. Well, now I gotta wake up, go to work, find some time, find my bias in a short amount of time because I got stuff I gotta do at work. Also, try to get in, have peace of emotions, regardless if I know that the trade's gonna win or not. Have peace of emotions. You know how stressful that is? That is obnoxiously stressful when it's a new emotion that you have to deal with and have to come up to, in other words, conquer. And I really hope that my audio is like keeping up to pace with me. That's another reason why I got rid of my like previous videos, is because my audio or my videos are kind of like lagging a little bit. So hopefully we don't have this in this have that issue in this video so we can move forward. But I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys this. As you can see, my account now is at 1383. We are $17 off from being at 1400. And I've said in my previous videos that once I hit 15 or 18 or 2000, I will start to buy my 100K funded. And, I'm excited. I'm stupid excited. As you guys can see, look at all these trades. Look at all these entries. Regardless if they were wins or not. Look at all these entries. I'm trying. I'm trying and I'm trying. And that's the whole point. It's so exciting because regardless if anyone sees my efforts, I know I'm trying. Um, I'm just trying to have the right mindset. I will say like that, like going to the gym, I don't have the right mindset. I just go to the gym to go to the gym. And that's not how things are meant to be. Lately I've been doing things in a procrastinating way, like just to check it off the list. Oh, I'll just check it off the list. Oh, I'll just do it because I'm supposed to. Like sometimes I need to have the mindset, like I need to want to do some of these things because that's what's gonna make me a better person, a better man to myself. I'm a person that I need to fall in love with something, regardless if I like it or not. If it's good for me, I need to fall in love with it. And lately, I just haven't been in love with what the things I've been doing, except for like obviously trading and going to work. And that's something that I want to really brag about. But I'll go over these trades real quick. Let me try to extend this so it doesn't look so. Let's see. You guys seen that video? Okay, so this is one. This is one. This is one. This is that 150 to 160. I called those I had caught three losses back to back to back, and then I one day caught a $280 win. Now I will say with this trade, I was not happy. I was not pleased because when I broke my rules. I stayed in the trade for 4 hours. I was in training. And I was like, dude, like, I'm not doing that ever again. Never again, because that's something that I truly cannot stand. I hate it. And, I shouldn't have to come to terms with certain things just because it's like, oh, well, it's a good trade. Like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can trade like this if I want to. But if it's gonna make me not want to trade, why would I continuously do it? So obviously, I went back to my rules. I was like, let's get this out the way. I should be in trades for at least 15 minutes to 2 hours. That's my comfort zone. So we're gonna stick to it. And I have a dent. My laptop is what it looks like. That's crazy. Um, Ended up catching a loss again, another loss, and after that, I was like, dude, I need to figure something out. I said, if I keep catching these losses, I'm just making myself lose. You know, I was starting to get feared of being in the market because there were certain days that I saw trades and didn't take them. And now that I'm kind of regaining my conscience on the videos that I deleted, there was trades that I saw, didn't take, didn't, fully go through. I would zone things out, get ready to enter. A manager or someone call me, and then I would run away from the market, come back, trades would have hit. So like I've been kind of all over the place. I've been all over the place with my relationship with God. I've been all over the place with my relationship with my family. I've been all over the relationship. I've been all over the place with my mental health concerning the gym and everything. So I'm like, all right, dude, yeah, it's normal when your schedule changes. So like you kind of all out of whack, but don't let it become a norm. Don't let it become something that you're supposed to be used to. Oh, I'm used to my life just being crazy. Like, I'm okay with my life being crazy, but I want to take advantage of, having the right mindset. I told my wife this, and I told her, I said, listen, honey, I said, what do all these worship songs and all these sermons tell you whenever you're going through hard times? It's about what you're doing when you're waiting on God. Literally, a sermon, like in today's sermon, we went to church this morning. He literally said, when you are waiting, what are you doing while you're waiting on God? And some of us can get so, like, how do I put it in the smartest words? Some of us can sit here and be like, God, I done waited way too long. God, what are you doing? Because I've been there. I've been there myself. We can sit here and say, God, you're taking too long. My way was better. I don't know what you have planned for me. I'm not seeing it prosper. What are you doing, God? And for someone that is God and that knows all things, that has things to prosper us and not harm us, to guide us, protect us, show us the way. You cannot be prideful in your waiting season just because you're tired of waiting. You need to keep waiting because it's going to form you to be a better man, a better woman, a better child of God. And I promise you that on everything that I have to say, if there's anything I can tell you, praise Him while you wait because that's how you get comfort and understanding that He's got something planned for you. And like, I'll put it to this also. Once you're praising and like praying, all those things, and you're waiting on God, how can you not be happy? I know it sounds ridiculous, like when you're in a waiting season or and you're in a storm and you feel like you're never gonna get out. Dude, I kept listening to sermons. I kept listening to two worship songs, and it made me change my mind on how I was dealing with this waiting season. I was complaining to God nonstop. I was sitting here telling him, like, dude, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. When you can truly be honest, regardless of what you think is horrible to tell God, that's what's going to make your life easier. Telling God the raw truth, telling him what you truly are feeling. He knows how evil your heart is. You're not going to fool him. Obviously, you're going to delay your, intimate relationship with God the more you keep hiding. It's religion when you just keep sitting here trying to be like, oh, holy is I, holy are you, Lord. This is this and this and this, but you're not truly confessing what's in your heart. God likes when we worship him, but God also wants to have those conversations. Be like, God, search me because I know how evil I am. God, help me because I know that I need guidance. I know I don't know everything. I need your help. You guys need to have those type of conversations with God because he's the one that's going to help you. He's the one that's going to guide you. He's the one that's going to transform you. You got to know when you're supposed to lean on him regardless. When you lean on your own understanding, it, it goes sideways. I'm rambling, but I'm trying to make you guys understand that, like, dude, waiting seasons ain't fun. They can be fun when you get transformed and renewed in your mind, but only through time of understanding that you need to change your ways in this waiting season. Because sitting here trying to wait on God, but sitting here getting mad at God, cursing God, trying to blame everybody else, it's not going to help you. Some of us need to be stuck in a waiting season with God because the versions of ourselves that we are right now are nothing but pure evil. The versions of us right now are just pure prideful, pure ignorance, pure hate, pure like. And I know I'm using the word pure and then saying like, these crazy things, but like some of you guys' true versions of yourself is nothing but evil. And I understand that because I used to be that. You know, until you can really be transformed, it's kind of hard, you know? It is really hard. I can't speak for everybody because we all have different walks. We all have different relationship with God's. But the only thing I'm trying to show you is strengthen your relationship with God and trust that He's got a plan for you. He's got a beautiful plan. I'll give you a little story real quick. This guy, this man that I watched that create sermons, his name's Jay Flowers. And he said that he had just got this church that he was praying to God for. And one day, I guess it was like 6 or 7 months down the road. Don't quote me on it, but I just want to kind of tell you the story. Excuse me. He said that his church ended up getting struck by a storm. Well, he said the next morning, him and his family walked into the church, and I mean, you can see the sky, the ground is flooded by water, and the church just looks broken. And he's just looking at God like, "Are you serious? You allowed this? Something that I've wanted for so long, something that I'm doing to glorify you, and you did this, God? Like, what are you doing?" And his dad walks right past him and is saying, "God's got a plan. Oh man, God's got a plan. Man, God's got a plan. Oh, God's got a plan." And he said that he looked at his dad like, "What are you smiling for? Like, why do you have joy knowing that we have a destroyed church?" He said it took him a while, but he had to realize, you know what? God does got a plan. Because no matter what I think, I may know, God always has a way to turn things around. God always has a way to change things that look so bad and make them be so good. That sometimes that's just how God is. He tests you. The enemy tempts, the Lord tests. And I really hope you guys understand that. Like with what I'm saying. Temptation comes from the enemy. The test comes from the Lord. How do you handle this test? Do you change from this test? Do you learn from this test? Or how do you handle this temptation? Do you keep falling into it? Do you keep surrendering to temptation? You know, some of you guys need to have that point of view that's going to help you understand what's going on. I heard something so beautiful, and I've been telling this to my wife all the time. And I finally heard a woman ask this to a preacher. She said, "How do you handle God thoughts, the enemy thoughts, and your thoughts. And I said, Lord, oh my God, I love that she said that because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people believe that any thoughts that come to their mind are just straight up theirs. And that's not necessarily true. Just like I said, there's God thoughts, there's enemy thoughts, and then there's your thoughts. Anything good, it's God. It's pretty simple as that, but when you keep coming into agreement with enemy thoughts, you think that everything is yours. You think all the evil things that you think is yours. You think that all the good things that you think is yours. You think that all these things that keep running into your mind, all these things that keep whispering in your ear, all these things that keep just flowing by the person you walk by, you think those are all your thoughts. And that's not true. You know, like I said, I just look at it like this. This is my POV. Anything good comes from God. Anything bad comes from the enemy. If something is like, I'll give you a easy analogy. If I'm looking at my phone on Instagram and I'm scrolling and I see a girl exposed, am I gonna say, you know, is this a test, God? Oh, I like this. Like, oh, should I? What I'm saying to you guys is like, duh. It's a test and there's a temptation. Either you're going to sit here and fall into lust, and then you're going to sit here and doom scroll into whatever this woman may have on her Instagram, or you're going to understand, oh, get out of here. Either get off the app, do what you got to do, ask the Lord to renew your mind, because at the end of the day, things fall into your mind, and it's up to you if you water it or not. And that's the concept that a lot of you guys need to understand. It's just thoughts being thrown down the drain, but if you keep allowing it to be consumed, you're not gonna know which thoughts to come into agreement with, because you're gonna think they're all yours. So you're just gonna come into agreement with anything you hear. And for the people that don't know God's voice, how do you think you're gonna know left from right? And I'm kind of going down a bullet train, but to get back to what we were talking about concerning trading, I'm almost to 100K funded challenge. We're almost there. It's gonna start getting more raw. It's gonna get more real. It's gonna get more live because we've only been doing demos. And the thing is, I know that it's gonna start bringing traffic. Oh, this guy was doing demo, and now he's doing live. I try to show people. I try to tell people when I see them in person, like, bro, I'm doing trading. Ah, bro, I quit doing that. Or, bro, like, that's cool. Like, oh, that's what's up. I try to do it at one point. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm doing trading. It's a gamble when you don't know what you're doing. It's a business when you know what you're doing and can make a profit out of it. And I'm trying to show people before I take off, I can make a profit of this. Even if I do take off, I can still make a profit of this and still show you. I might be doing a series where I teach people, like to where I actually make videos saying in depth videos what the market shows you, what this means, what to look for. And I'm really excited. Like, it would help me create content. It would help me really show people, like, dude, go check my YouTube channel out. You don't have to pay for a course. You don't have to pay for this. The only reason I would make people pay is if you're like, all right, I like your videos, but I want you to teach me because I'm a person that's being taught by the person. I need questions answered right now. I'm like, okay, then we can talk about, something like payments. We could talk about that. But realistically, I'm still just going to be like, I show you the thing for free. That's up to you if you want to pay me to teach you. But in other words, to let's wrap this up, God's doing his thing, man. Regardless of how hard things may be, regardless of how long you've been waiting, regardless of how much you prayed, because God answers prayers, regardless if it was on the timeline you wanted it to be. God sees your efforts. He sees your tears. He sees your cries. Trust in him. You don't understand how many people I tell to have faith, and they look at me like, oh, yeah, you got to have faith. And then they walk around and they go, like, not smiling anymore. They walk around and they don't realize, you know, what I mean by you got to have faith. I'm not expecting you to just be like, you know what, that was all I needed to hear. But, I really pray that a lot of people come to understand that in a waiting season, you don't have to have a frown all the time. In a waiting season, you don't have to be stuck in your mind to where you just feel like everything is just attacking you. You don't have to feel like the world is crumbling. Sometimes our world needs to crumble so we can step into the world with God, to be broken out of our flesh, to be, broken out of our pride, arrogance. So, when you are being tested, be thankful because God's showing you how much He loves you to put you to the test. God's showing you how much that He sees so much potential in you to let you to go through trials and tribulations. And I'm not saying it for like the worst. You got to realize things get put through the fire so it can be made stronger. And, like, I'm grateful for all the times that I've been put through the fire. It ain't been fun, but I found joy in the things that I know that God's doing rather than what I'm doing. I'm grateful for how far I've came. I'm grateful for how much God has tested me because I needed it. I needed it from a godly father. I needed it from a friend. I needed it from a king. I needed it from my God. So that's all I'm going to say to wrap up this video. I'm very blessed. I'm very excited. I feel really good making this video. After I haven't made videos in a while, I feel very, very happy. God's doing his thing. And I want you to know that God's doing his thing for you too. So don't give up. Don't lose hope. Always remain in faith and keep praying. And it's in Jesus' mighty name that we will all prevail and be with each other in heaven. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.